The best fights of the week. Tuesday, May 20th. The time has come for a new step forward for Japanese super bantamweight puncher Subaru Murata, a standout prospect with a 100% knockout ratio and a solid amateur career. In his 10th professional fight, he will face veteran former world champion Yukinori Ogani. Given that Murata, ranked as number 7 in the WBA list, appears to be in great shape and Ogani suffered a tough loss in October, the undefeated fighter will be clear favorite to continue his knockout streak. At the same event, former champion Donnie Neitz will face his second fight since his return to the ring, after more than 2.5 years of inactivity, against Japanese southpaw Jun Ikawa. Thursday, May 22nd. Speaking of inactivity, the skilled American featherweight Vic Pasillas will have his second bout since his loss to Raiz Alim, January 2021, against his compatriot Carlos Jackson, a boxer theoretically below his level and not much more seasoned than him, 2 fights since September 2022. This bout will be broadcast on DAZN. Friday, May 23rd. On this day, Mexicans Wilibaldo Garcia and Andrin Calixto will face each other in a rematch for the vacant IBF Super Flyweight World Belt. The first duel, held last December, ended in a draw with both men having a good chin and not much punching power, another contested fight is expected. ESPN Knockout will televise it. From the United Kingdom, DAZN will broadcast an evening featuring a lightweight clash between 2 technical boxers as Maxi Hughes and Archie Sharp. For the former, this is a decisive duel that will determine whether he'll be relegated to a stepping stone position or he'll return to the conversations for big fights, while the latter will be fighting to get his career back on track after an upset defeat in his last bout against Ryan Garner. On the same card, WBO lightweight world champion Terry Harper will defend her belt against Natalie Zimmerman, over whom she will be overwhelming favorite. Also on Friday, Croatian Olympian Luka Plantic, number 5 in the WBC super middleweight ranking, will face an undefeated fighter for the first time in Argentinian Bruno Damian Acosta. Saturday, May 24th. The biggest event of the week will take place in Japan and will feature 2 world championships. In one of them, IBF featherweight world champion Angelo Leo will battle former super bantamweight champion Tomoki Kameda. Taking into account Kameda's skill and home advantage, this could be a challenging fight for Leo. However, since Kameda has struggled to win clearly in high-level fights and Leo has become a fearsome puncher against elite opponents overnight, as a prospect and contender, he was said to lack punching power, the American is a solid favorite. In the other World Championship bout, former minimum weight world champion Jinjiro Shijoka will try to regain his IBF crown and get even in a rematch against Filipino Pedro Tiduran. In the UK, broadcast on DAZN, former undisputed super lightweight world champion Josh Taylor, ranked number 11 in the WBC and WBO, will look to return to winning ways, keep his career afloat, which he himself destabilized outside the ring at his peak, and get closer to a big bout at welterweight by fighting for a minor WBO title against the 5th-ranked Essuman. The tireless Essuman seems like a good fight for Taylor right now, as he possesses the qualities to test Taylor's physical condition and focus, but he is still recovering after a decisive defeat and is below the top level. The undercard will feature an interesting featherweight duel between Nathaniel Collins and Lee McGregor, and heavyweight Moses Itama will seek another knockout against Mike Balagan. Finally, it's worth mentioning that in Poland, televised by TVP Sports, Czech welterweight Lukas Dikis will face his first match of 2025 against the experienced Przemysław Ranowski, who will allow him to assess whether he's ready for bigger challenges. Thanks for watching. More info on our website.